For your most brilliant smile, Crest has you covered.
Okay, I think I got it to work finally. I think I should be good. Testing, testing, testing. Let's see. Hopefully my mic works. I think that's way too loud. Let me lower the volume. Testing, testing, testing. And I think I should be good. All right, let me just make sure you guys can hear me. Let's see. Hopefully my mic works. I think the volume. Testing, testing, testing. I think I should be good. All right, so this morning we only have news on CAD GDP at 8:30. I will not be live, but I will be sending out analysis in the Discord. So we have been experiencing a lot of bearish traffic lately on gold, especially from last week as well. But this week it should have a huge retracement to the upside if we start from the daily time frame. Notice how we're at this significant zone right here. So we could box up this area and just keep an eye out on gold for the week at around 1800, and we could possibly get a retracement to the upside. Also, make sure I'm not too loud. If you guys could let me know if this is a good volume setting. I'm not sure if this is too loud or too soft. I'm trying something new. So Euro USD already made its initial move off of this zone, and we can go ahead and talk about it so that you guys will be able to catch this move when you see it the next time. But basically, when you have a gap like this in the market, so notice how Euro USD was over here for some time. We have all this bullish traffic. You'll notice that it forms this gap, right? This wide area that you want price to eventually come back to. You guys can mark it up as a zone or a market cap. And basically when it comes back, this being that area at which price comes back to this initial LPI, you'll notice one or two things. Price will usually retrace off of that top surface of that zone or the bottom surface or the bottom level, however you want to say it. But notice how price just touches that zone before it makes another retracement. So this is why market gaps are probably the easiest concepts to understand and trade, is because once it hits that zone, it's either going to bounce off of the LPI or HPI of that given zone. And I'm a little backed up this week, but I do have an upload either today or tomorrow talking about that concept, because I know it was really confusing. But biggest takeaway, when you guys have market gaps in the market on any pair, works on currencies that I don't trade, works on crypto, just have it marked up, because when it does come back to that initial area, you can find really good setups. So we could experience a breakout on EC this morning if we really wanted to. So with this concept, notice how prices are kind of divided into ranges. That's what I like to do when it comes to scaling in and scaling out. So we could divide these two into ranges, right? So we have a lot of traffic right here. Price was kind of ranging for some time, and then you can see that it's clearly having a bullish trend or a continuation out of that zone, right? So this being that breakout, and then this move being that retracement right here, it has a continuation, and we can clearly say that these are separated into two ranges because it's consolidating for some time before it has a breakout. So if we wanted to make it less confusing, could do something like this. Or I'm sorry, this would be 3, this would be 2. Let me move this over here. So we have 1, 2, and then we have 3 right here. You guys see that? And then if we have another zone we want to mark up for this morning, let's say that we wanted to catch another continuation, we would wait for price to have another breakout. So right now it's in our third range, which is perfectly fine. And how am I marking these up? Very simple. Notice how I'm taking it from the nearest breakouts, right? So we have a bearish breakout right here, comes to range 2. Then it has our consolidation phase in range 1, making that nice box. And then we have a breakout outside of range 1, has a retracement forming our range, our second range. And then what does it do? Has another breakout forming our third range. So I'm just marking these up where we have breakouts, okay? So now, if we're following the breakout method, right, we want to wait for range 3 to have a breakout to range 4. Filling up all this traffic right here, grabbing all this liquidity, and this is how we trade breakouts, okay? So we're either going to see something like this, is going to have a nice bullish continuation, then have a small retracement, or price is going to retrace to that nice support before it has another continuation, if we're looking for buys. So that's on EC. Gold is looking pretty good for buys this morning. As we see on the daily time frame, it's at this significant zone that it finally came back down to, especially from last week since we had a lot of bearish momentum. Good afternoon, Untold Stories. How you doing? Thanks for joining the live. Hope you're having a good morning and a good start of the week. I'm kind of just playing catch up. I'm just making sure that people are good from the previous 2 weeks that I was away from. Pretty much just getting my schedule set for the year. But if you guys missed anything, all updates will be in Discord, and I should be posting a video today. I should, if I have time. But we're kind of just doing a GDP stream today, and I'll go ahead and recap everything that we'll talk about as well. But if we go ahead and check Forex.com or Forex Factory, you'll see that there's not too much going on this morning, but we do have news at 8:30 on CAD. So although I won't be live, I will send out analysis. Okay, so on FX Street, we have some news on gold right here. Bears are in control. So just like I mentioned, we had a lot of bearish momentum, especially from last week. Federal Reserve talk on U.S. data awaited. Gold prices back at the bear trail on Tuesday as the U.S. dollar regathers its strength across the market board. So when I hear this, gold is back on the bear trail. It's basically saying it's in a bearish trend. It's experiencing a lot of selling momentum. So with that being said, we could get a nice push to the upside. We could get a nice bullish reversal throughout the week, especially on Wednesday. But there's not too much going on this morning. We don't have news on USD. It's only on CAD at 8:30. And then it gives you a little data on what this event is about. So why traders care. It's the broadest measure of the economic activity and the primary gauge of the economy's health. Okay. And it tells you what it stands for, gross domestic product. Cool, cool, cool. So we have that on gold, and then Euro USD. I was go ahead and explain this later, but or I'll explain it now. I'll explain it again. So basically, I just have this marked up. It's a concept that you'll see over and over again in the market. When you have a gap like this, after you experience some sort of traffic or impulsive trigger, for example, all these bullish candles can be identified as some sort of traffic, right? There's a lot of bullish candles back to back with a lot of high volume. So whenever you see something like this, price will usually do its thing for some time before coming back, forming that gap. And when you guys have that gap, you can trade or find a lot of opportunities. In this example, your USD comes back down, just touches that HPI before having another correction, you know. But the best moves happen when it hits that LPI, the bottom of that zone, and before initially pushing back up for a higher pip count, right? In this example, we'll just hit that HPI, that surface level, before pushing up. So yeah, it's gonna be a slow morning. Welcome back for everyone that is on the live. I know it's been like 2 weeks since I was live streaming, just getting everything ready for the year, guys. I'm doing a lot off camera, but we should be good for the remaining of the quarter. YouTube as well, should be good for uploads either today or tomorrow. I've just been busy with school, not gonna lie to you guys. But I hope everyone's doing good trading wise. I have a lot planned for the year. I just had to get my schedule straightened out. So we're gonna see what happens in the next 15 minutes or so. And we're gonna try to look for some setups on gold. If not, this is gonna be a really chill stream. We'll probably just go over a few more concepts and then wrap it up. Again, the only thing we have this morning is at 8:30 on CAD. If you guys want me to trade any CAD pairs, let me know. If you have any pairs you want me to analyze, you can send me your trading view link. We can pop up your chart, or I can analyze them from scratch. Trading view link, we can pop up your chart, or I can analyze them from scratch. All right, just make sure my audio is good. All right, so I'm not too sure if gold is going to start buying from this morning's live, but we should be at a good point for a reversal. I mean, I checked the sentiment on investing.com, and we do have a lot of bearish momentum going on. A lot of indicators saying that it's going to continue to sell, but going back on the chart, like even if we deleted that zone, like notice if you guys scaled out, just looking at the chart in general, you can divide this into ranges off of our overall perspective in the market. Notice how gold is kind of going in and out of this line. So we can divide this into two ranges, right? So gold does have a push right here, right? And then we have a confirmation saying that this is actually an accurate line of measure, I guess you want to call it, because we have a push off right here and it has a breakout. It's not the best breakout, it's pretty choppy, but it does break out and form another range. So this being accurate will let us know that, hey, if price does decide to buy, it would buy at this significant area where I have this line marked up. So somewhere around 1800, which is also a significant level that price might be able to break out of or retrace off of. So one or two things are going to happen. It's going to have continuation to the downside and find some sort of support or demand, or it's going to respect this and have a bullish reversal. That's what we're going to see this morning on gold. See, like this over here, it's not the best in terms of price action. It's not a clean bullish trend. It's pretty choppy in my opinion, but it does continue up and form some sort of range, right? The only problem is when you guys scale out using top-down analysis, it's hard to find that demand zone or find a general area that price is going to react off of because we have all this choppiness. So I'm not completely sure if gold is going to buy from this morning's live, but it should be able to reverse throughout the week. Looking at previous price action, this is what I'm going off of. Yeah, does it make sense? Just let me know and I can explain it. So again, guys, Anthony, bro, where you been? Hey, man, I've just been getting my schedule in sync. It took me 2 months to finalize my schedule. So I had 2 weeks off, trying to make sure I'm good to go. School, YouTube, everything external. But we should be good. I've been here this whole time, just trying to get my schedule right. So I wasn't I think it was like 2 weeks. I was live 2 weeks ago, but that was like my last live until I had to figure something else out because one of my classes it was way too early for me to continue doing lives. So I had to figure out a way to make it work. So it took me 2 weeks to do that. Other than that, it was messing up my upload schedule. So I had to figure out a way to be consistent. So I literally took the week off. It was like 2 weeks to write a new schedule in this journal. Oh, this is the wrong angle. Hold on. So I had to figure out a new schedule. Had to plan it out, make sure it was good. So those last streams that I did before, it was kind of like a test to see if it would work with school, everything that I have going on, with YouTube, etc. But I made it work. We should be good. So yeah, really just trying to get organized for the year because I didn't want to be consistent and then not really be balanced with the stuff I got going on outside of YouTube or streaming. So when I was streaming before, I was kind of all over the place and I wanted to make sure I'd be good for the whole year. But yeah, but on Euro CHF, guys, like I was explaining before, the breakout theory, when you're dividing price into ranges, notice how I'm scaling it on a 30-minute and it looks a lot more clear. Price is breaking out from this range and it's pretty choppy. We have these wicks coming out, but eventually it finds a foundation, pushes off of that zone, right? Has a lot of bullish traffic and does the same thing over here. It finds some sort of foundation, aka our newly found support, and has another push. So literally, we're going to continue doing that until all of this bearish traffic from before is filled right here. That's why I have this highlighted. You guys will see this on any type of pair. It's not just on Euro CHF, but this is a good example of how to catch these moves. So you guys can mark this up. You guys can put alerts on these areas that I have marked up right here. But basically, you just want to wait until we have another breakout. Glad you're balanced overall. Definitely appreciate the dedication. Yeah, man. I'm glad to be here. No problem. No problem. That's one thing that you guys want to do as well. Like trading is very mental, right? It's a mental game. You don't want to just trade and be stressed and not really do anything about it. So I think it's important to kind of take a week off if you have to make sure your life is balanced, because anything you have going on outside of trading plays a huge role into your psychology overall. You know, you want to make sure you're calm, you're collected on the charts. So I had to take a week off. It was like 1 or 2 weeks to make sure my schedule was good for the year and not just continue doing stuff that's not really helping my my mental health, I guess. You know, with school, with classes, making sure I'm balanced so that I'm not rushing things. And also YouTube as well. You know, my videos were being pushed back due to my classes. So I had to figure out a way to rearrange my schedule so that I have time to make YouTube videos. All right, so there's one thing I want to talk about real quick. When it comes to probability, you guys have to realize trading in general is about high probability. It's about catching the highest probable move to have the best opportunities, right? It's either gonna buy or sell. We all know this. So for Euro CHF, this is a good example on high probability, right? Because we could experience some sort of bearish momentum this morning, right? Price could sell or price could buy. So on the 4 hour, just like I explained, I'm trading the breakout method. I'm waiting for breakouts and trading off of retracements. That's fine. But let's say if someone wanted to sell, one could say that they actually have a fib set up waiting for price to hit the golden zone, right? Because price in some way has previous structure indicating a bearish continuation. We have a lower low and we have a lower high, right? But what are your confirmations? You have to figure out what confirmations you have on set bias, and whatever has the most confirmations, ideally you want to go with that perspective. Okay, so if you're trading fibs off alone, one could say that, hey, price is in the golden zone. I'm trying to trade structure of these candles right here, and I want to catch the continuation of price, right? So if I delete this so it's more clearly visual, one could say that they're simply catching that retracement to have a bearish continuation, which is fine. But the reason why I have it marked up the way I have it marked up with the breakout method or the breakout theory is because if price decides to break out to the upside, we know that that fib or that bias to catch a sell is inaccurate because we have a breakout. This breakout will help us identify what type of push the market is heading. This is why I love the breakout method. So let's say we have a breakout right here. That fib would be inaccurate, so I know I'm already looking for buy still. So it has a breakout, right? And it has a retracement. Then I'm good for that bullish continuation. But if it decides to push down and have a close below that zone, then I know it's probably going to sell. So when it comes to high probability, the reason why it's good to understand both perspectives, because if one fails, it gives more strength to the other one. And this is a really good example on Euro CHF. So that's why I say when you guys lose in the market, don't just take it as a loss. Understand why you lost, okay? Because I guarantee there's another perspective in the market that you probably missed because you were so focused on your bias. So we have about 10 more minutes and we're gonna try to look for some setups. But today's focus will only be on gold and Euro CHF. If you guys have any pairs you want me to analyze, let me know. If you have any pairs that you're trading that's not on my watch list, please let me know as well, and we can go ahead and talk about it. Another great example on EuroCAD. Notice how I just extended that zone, simply showing you that price does respect its structure, right? So we have a breakout, price is ranging for some time, finally have that breakout right here, comes back in for another touch, and then boom, we have all the selling pressure, respects our previous support, pushes up, and then it makes another touch. So we have a touch right here, we have a touch right here, and we have another touch right here. So these could be separated into ranges as well. Range 1, range 2, right? Price has a breakout into range 1, and then it kind of has another touch right here, and it makes another one right here. So if people missed out on a move, let's say they missed out breakout right here, they missed this selling opportunity, you guys would have had 2 more after it made a touch at the LPI. So this is why this is so important, because with ranges, when you divide your ranges, and let's say you box it in, you box in price, you have another chance for price to make another touch for another sell opportunity or a buy opportunity, depending on where you have your coordinates placed. But you can clearly see that we have 2 ranges. So when it comes to high probability, you can only do so much when you have your technical analysis up on the chart. So that's just an example that I noticed. You guys will see that on any pair, honestly. But for the time being, EuroCAD probably has the cleanest setup on that concept. So even now, if I wanted to take an opportunity, what I would do is 1 or 2 things. We want to wait for price to either have a breakout back in to range 2, because this would be identified as a break of structure since we are forming some sort of resistance right here. So price either going to come back into range 2, or it's going to come all the way back down to that support in range 1. And then we'll figure out if it's going to have a breakout right into another range, or if it's going to respect this given area for another push, right? So that's what I mean when we talk about breakouts. It's either going to have a push into another range, or it's going to be respected and range for a little more, and range 1. So we have about 5 more minutes, and hopefully we can find something. If not, we'll just analyze more pairs. So we have about 5 more minutes. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we're just gonna wait. You're live trading all this week, or yeah? So I'm gonna be live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday since we missed Monday. Plus Friday will be NFP. So I'm gonna be live tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. Friday will be NFP, and then rinse and repeat. This will be the only week where I'll be live Friday. Next week it's gonna go back to the normal schedule, which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then we should be good to go as far as YouTube uploads. I should be dropping a video today or tomorrow because I got to get back active. Like I said, I took 2 weeks off just getting my schedule right for the year, but I should be good to go now. Sometimes it takes 2 months to get your schedule right for the whole year. If you got to take the time, you know? And it's crazy because when I left, the last stream that I had up from 2 weeks ago was my best stream. You know, my best stream that I had. And that told me that I needed to make sure I'm good to go if I want to continue. I think it was like 50 plus people in the live. But, you know, before I go crazy on YouTube or live streaming in general, I want to make sure that my life is balanced, you know? Because if I were to continue with a bad schedule, especially with my sleep, eventually I'd be stressed, right? I wouldn't enjoy doing this. So I was like, okay, let me make sure that I'm really good to go before I go crazy. NFP is on the 10th, not 3rd? Really? We can check. Am I wrong? Okay, so Friday, we don't have NFP. Why is it on the 10th? Is there a reason why it's on the 10th this time? From my understanding, it was the first Friday of every month, right? Am I being slow? Because that would be March 3rd, which is the first Friday. So Monday, Tuesday, which is GDP. We also have CB, consumer confidence, and CPI later. Okay, and then Wednesday we have BOE Gov Bailey speaks. Okay. ISM manufacturing PMI. Thursday we have another person speaking. And Friday should be NFP. That's strange. Do you know technically not the first full week for the month? Okay. Huh. That's strange. This is the first time that I'm aware of this. I didn't know that it depends on the week. I thought it was just the day. I thought it was just the first Friday of every month. All right, let's see. So look, it says it right here as well. NFP schedule, unless I'm missing something. I'm on the website right now. I don't know if you guys can see this. Look, March 3rd. Let's go back to the calendar. This Friday would be March 3rd. And it's telling me that we have NFP for March 3rd. So something's not right. It doesn't say the 10th on here. And this is 2023, guys. NFP schedule 2023. It should be this Friday. But it's weird because on Forex Factory, it's not telling me that either. So something's not right. Unless I'm missing something. Is there something I'm missing on my screen? I mean, and this is EST. This is Eastern time. This is my time zone. And look, it says it right here as well. Check this out. The NFP data is generally released on the first Friday of each month at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, cause large movements in the financial market. So yeah. I'm not seeing the 10th here, John. That's weird. I think I might just I might just stream on Friday regardless since we missed Monday, just to make sure everything is organized. But if NFP is actually on the 10th, if it ends up being on the 10th, then I'll also stream on the 10th as well. That's weird. I'm not sure why it's not showing up here as well. It's all good though. You said your FX Street says the 10th? Because this is saying that it's going to happen on the 3rd of March. And then Forex Factory, it's not telling me that it's going to be on the 3rd, which is weird. So there's only one thing to do, guys. When this happens, you just have to see. Only time will tell, right? I guess we have to wait. I might go live anyways. Only time will tell. I'm gonna ask the Discord. All right, so let's see what gold is doing. Let's go ahead and refresh this page. All right, so it does look like gold is going to continue to sell for some time. I'm not sure where it's going to find a foundation to catch a nice reversal, but this week we should experience some sort of bullish correction. Not confident that's going to happen this morning. Scaling out on the daily time frame, you guys can see how choppy this breakout was. I'm not even sure what to call this really, but price didn't really want to know where it wanted to go at this point, but it was forming some sort of bullish push. So we have a push of the market. We finally have a divider when we talk about ranges, dividing price into a range 1, range 2. We clearly see that going on, but it's not the best in terms of price action. It looks a little choppy. So this is kind of throwing me off because I don't know if price is going to reject off of this this zone right here, or this area that I had marked up, or if it's going to continue to push down and find another foundation. So we have to see what happens on gold this morning solely off of price. Hopefully we get a nice correction throughout the week on Wednesday maybe, but I'm not confident that we'll find that bullish reversal on this live. But yeah, this area right here that I had marked up, it's throwing me off. So it does look like this morning's going to be pretty slow. We don't have too much going on. Price is doing its thing right now. Like I mentioned, we're going to try to find a nice bullish reversal throughout the week. If I'm not live, I'll send up updates in the Discord on the corresponding pair. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And in terms of these master classes that I want to start doing, that I have experimenting on, I'm going to bring them back, and we're going to start solely on concepts, some more advanced concepts, taken solely out of naked Forex. So I think when I left, we were wrapping up with the Candlestick Bible on candlesticks, patterns, and market structure. So starting this week, what I think I'm going to do is start off with Naked Forex. Not sure if you guys have read this book, but it's really good in terms of techniques, high probability setups, trading out indicators, understanding more advanced retail concepts, and I have the PDF for that. So I have the online PDF. We can go ahead and start with that tomorrow. I'm not sure where we're going to start, but I kind of want to move on from the basics. So trends, support, resistance, even Fibonacci, all the basic retail stuff that people already know. I want to dive more into the smart money concepts sometime or sometime next month, since we are ending this month in February. If you guys have any pairs you want me to analyze, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know as well. Otherwise, I'm just going to be chilling. If anything that I went over did not make any sense, let me know. If my analysis, if you don't understand it, please let me know and I can explain it again. Otherwise, I do believe this is going to be a pretty slow morning. Not too much is going on. And real quick, let's just see if we have any more news on FX Street. All right, so check this out. Gold price forecast. Bulls struggle to keep gold above 1800 ahead of US data, which is why I'm not entering this morning. I'm kind of waiting to see what happens off of this bearish sentiment that we have on investing.com, because you guys don't want to hop in right when you see price at a given area of support and resistance alone. You want to try to find other confirmations off of your technical or fundamental perspective. So right now, it's basically saying that price is having a hard time trying to find some sort of structure to have a nice bullish push in the market. The bears are taking control, and like this announcement just stated, it's having a struggle to keep gold above 1800. So if we look at the chart, price is at 1808. 1800 is around here. So gold looks like it's going to continue to push and find some structure somewhere below that zone before we have a reverse. So that's what I'm kind of waiting on. We might experience this on Wednesday or on Friday, but we are looking for some sort of bullish reversal in the market, okay? I don't think it's going to happen this morning, though, so I'm just keeping my eye up on gold. I'm trying to see what happens, and I'm trying to see how it correlates with these announcements. I'm going to send that in the Discord so you guys can read up on that as well. If we can't find anything, I'm thinking I'm gonna end up ending stream 30 minutes earlier at 7:30, and I'll send out updates at 8:30 once we have that announcement. Just because this is a slow morning, and I don't think anything's gonna happen on the pairs that I have marked up already. Price is moving pretty slow, but I will send up updates in the Discord. So we have about 5 more minutes. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Again, we're gonna start these workshops back up, and we're gonna start with naked Forex. I'm not sure what I want to dive into when we first start these classes, but I don't want to. I want to move away from the basics, support, resistance, trend lines. I think we're pretty much at the level to understand all that basic knowledge for these concepts. So I'm going to do some reading. I'm going to try to figure out what I want to start off these workshops with. But we're definitely going to move into more advanced concepts, smart money concepts, liquidity, supply, demand, all that stuff will be covered in the last 30 minutes of these live sessions. But I'm not sure what I want to start with. So I'll go ahead and figure that out for tomorrow's lives. Other than that, my schedule will be posted in Discord. Any updates will be sent in the correlated currency pairs. And yeah. YouTube uploads will be back this week as well. I'm just glad that I have my schedule back on track. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Shout out to everyone that's on the live. Hope you guys are having a good morning. Yeah, let's go crazy. Let me know if you guys like the new setup too. I got 2 angles. We got angle 2. We got angle 1. And we also have this angle right here, which I'm probably never going to use. This angle will be for YouTube. So when I'm talking to YouTube, if I'm making a YouTube video, if I'm breaking down a concept I want to put on YouTube, I'll use this angle. And then we have this one right here, which I'm probably going to use the most. And then that last angle is probably I'm going to use for breaks. If I'm getting some breakfast, if I'm getting some water, I'll just switch to that camera. So yeah, YouTube videos should be posted today, if not tomorrow. Definitely I've been experimenting with some new thumbnails, new editing softwares that you guys will be able to see in the content I will be posting. Instagram content coming out this week as well. Should be good. And I'm working on this documentary that should be posted this weekend. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Again, this was a kind of comeback stream, just letting you guys know that I'm not leaving again. Just make sure that I had my schedule straight for the year before I continue going crazy with these YouTube live streams. And yeah, rinse and repeat tomorrow. My schedule will be posted in the Discord at the start of every week before the market opens back up. And I should be dropping a YouTube video today, so be on the lookout for that. If you're not already notified on the channel, make sure you do so. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I'm out.